It's time for another edition of Coach's Corner with women's basketball coach Matilda Mossman.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Coach's Corner with head coach Matilda Mossman, University of Tulsa women's basketball. And unfortunately, the season is over, but you went out to the tournament in Uncasville, Connecticut. Good game against Houston. Unfortunately, Temple is a pretty darn good team, aren't they?
Well, I think going into that tournament, you have to win the one you're supposed to win.
Right.
If you're the higher seed, we were 6, Houston was 11, so we win that one, and we won it in pretty good fashion. Yeah. With about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, we're only up 16. And I'm starting to put some subs in, but at the same time thinking that they can score in bunches. So, I need to be careful here because if they cut it back below 15, I may have to get Ashley and Kelsey back in here. So, this was a concern. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, those new guys we put in, they just went and got buckets. Liesl had like 3 baskets in about a minute and a half. Mm-hmm. Jess hits a basket. Tati hits a basket at the end of the game. It was just, they couldn't miss. And so all of a sudden, the game ends, and I look at the clock, and I'm like, wow, we just won by almost 40.
Yeah.
So it just really got away right there in the last 6 or 8 minutes of that quarter. And then we go to Temple, and Temple's really good. They really are. They start 5 guards. They're big guards, other than their point guard. They've got great size. They've got great athleticism. Those kids play so hard. So they're the 3 seed, we're the 6. It's not a game we're supposed to win, but we hang with them early, and then we just kind of go through a period where they're hitting everything and we can't make a shot. So, still felt good about the tournament itself. We won our first game in American Conference tournament history, so that was a good thing. So all in all, we would love to be playing again, but, we did what we were supposed to do there.
Yeah, and you talk about the Houston game, very little scoring in the fourth quarter until you score the final 20. You outscored Houston 25-3 in a quarter. Had to be your most dominating quarter of the entire year.
It probably was, and for us to score 25 in a quarter was pretty amazing in itself.
Absolutely, and of course you did a nice job of getting out in front, and when you are the favorite team, a lot of times it's getting out in front and making sure that you have a decent lead and then don't allow them any hope, right?
Yeah, when we really kind of got some separation in that second quarter going into halftime. So winning at halftime, I think had a 10-point lead. So we just wanted to build on that. I told our guys, even if we play even in the second half, we're still going to win. So let's not have any defensive breakdowns. Let's not let them get out in transition. Let's just be solid defensively and look to score.
Kelsey Grovey had 5 3-pointers in that game as she continued to add to her record, but she had 17 to lead you. She had a nice game.
Yeah, and she was 5 for 10. From 3-point range, that's a really good percentage. And she was kind of on like she was against Central Florida a few weeks ago, where she went 10 of 13 from 3. So she leaves our program as our all-time leading 3-point scorer. I think that's pretty significant because we've had some pretty good players at Tulsa, some pretty good 3-point shooters, and that's a record that Kara Panganis-Paisley held for a long time, I think since 2007. So it was really nice to see Kelsey come through and break that record, and then continue to build on that record. Makes it tougher for the next guy coming in.
Absolutely, and Ashley Clark had 16 and 11 in that game, and as you mentioned, that advances you to take on a very good Temple team, a team that's honestly kind of on the bubble, right? A team that really felt, hey, we've got to win this game to stay on the right side of the bubble, right?
They are. They're still in contention for an NCAA bid. I think if we had been the team to keep them from going to the NCAA tournament, I think that would have been too bad for them because they really are a good team, very deserving to be there. And I hope the committee looks at the fact that Temple has to play UConn twice, and even Tulane has a chance to get in, and they have to play Tulane twice. They had to play South Florida twice. They played, I think, Temple twice. So those are really good teams in our league that nobody else around the country is beating. And so I hope the committee will take that into consideration.
Now, in that game, you took care of the basketball pretty well. You had only 12 turnovers in the game, but they steadily kind of drew away from you then, huh?
They did. It's just, again, one of those things where we just couldn't make a shot. We shoot 26% in the first half. We increased it to 42 in the second half, but you're only shooting 33% in a game, and they were hot. So there was a period in, I can't remember if it was the second or third quarter, they were shooting 72%. And so they finished with almost 48% for the game. Again, just they play so hard, and our kids played hard. We tried, but they have such an ability to get out and score in transition. We didn't have a lot of turnovers, but they scored 19 points off of our turnovers. They just get out and go so quickly. And then they have the other advantage of getting offensive rebounds and getting second chance points.
Well, and this is a team, Temple, that's different than the overbearing teams, if you will, the teams that kind of just play volleyball with you. They had more of the guard-oriented team. You go 1 for 13 from three. If you're an underdog, you better hit some threes, right?
Yeah, especially when they're so fast and athletic, and you're not worried about what they can do to you defensively inside. But you got to make shots, and 1 for 13. We've had some of those games where we didn't make very many threes, and that's kind of who we are. We're a three-point shooting team. We're a guard-oriented team, and so when we're only going 1 for 13, that doesn't spell success.
18-8 for Ashley Clark, and again, she had a fabulous tournament for the University of Tulsa and finishes out her career. TU finishes the season at 12-19. We'll be back with kind of a recap of the entire year, talk about the seniors, and wrap things up here on Coach's Corner.
Our core values form the foundation of the American.
Competitiveness,
passion, character,
They show our true colors on and off the court.
respect,
accountability, chasing greatness,
They lead us.
discipline,
focus,
trust,
They are the essence of our identity.
family, tradition.
We are the American Athletic Conference.
We're back on Coach's Corner with head coach Matilda Mossman. Final record at 12-19. I think one of the things that you can take heart in, though, was 9-11 overall in the league, including the tournament games. So you've gotten your program to the point where you're competitive in a very good league that you stepped up to a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and I think we go back to what we said in the conference tournament. We did what people thought we were going to do, beat the teams we were supposed to beat. And in preseason, we were picked sixth in the league, and we finished sixth. Wish we could have had a couple back, but other teams wish that too. And then we have Ashley Clark and Kelsey Grovey, who continue to climb the all-time scoring ladder. Ashley Clark finished third in all-time scoring in TU history, and then Kelsey Grovey finished fifth in the list. So I think those two guys, they're really a part of our first recruiting class when we got to Tulsa. They played a lot of games for us, have represented our program in a first-class way. I mean, I talked to our younger guys, I talked to our entire team after that last game, and we're talking about Kelsey and Ashley. And I asked them, have these guys ever done the wrong thing? Have they ever not come to work every day and done their best? We've never had problems with them academically. We've never had problems with them outside of basketball. We've never had problems with them from a basketball standpoint. All they've done is just continue to come in here, do the right thing, and do it right all the time. And so hopefully our younger guys can learn from that. And I think Kelsey and Ashley have been great role models for our younger players.
Yeah, no doubt cornerstones of future success for the University of Tulsa, and so our appreciation certainly to those two young ladies. And Tiara Williams playing in her final game as well. You'll miss all three.
Yeah, Tiara came to us as a junior college All-American and a second team practice of the summer, tears her ACL. She's out an entire 15 months and without playing basketball. So that was a big question mark with her coming in this year. She had 2 years of eligibility left, but just that, been in school, that knee just hasn't healed well. It's a chronic problem for her. And so she made the decision to go ahead and graduate and go ahead and move on with her life, which I congratulate her for. She's got a lot on her plate, and that if she's in pain when she's playing, you don't really look forward to another year of doing that. So Tara's been a great representative of our program, a great young lady. Again, does the right thing, and I'm happy for her that she's able to move on and get her degree.
Absolutely. So thanks to those three, but now let's look to the future, Coach. Future is bright, isn't it?
It is. We had a 12-hour travel day to get to Connecticut on Wednesday, and you have to go through Dallas and then to Boston and then bus down to Connecticut. So we went to the Coast Guard Academy just to have a little 1-hour workout, more than anything, just to stretch and recover from the trip. And as our girls were shooting around, I'm getting ready to talk to them, and kind of had an epiphany. I'm looking around at those guys, and out of the 12 people that we had in that room with us, only 5 of them had played in the conference tournament before, and 2 of those are your 2 seniors. So that's a lot of inexperience. So it's 2 seniors, it's 2 sophomores, and I can't even remember the 5th person at this point. But it's just, you just have so much youth, so much people coming back from injuries. I mean, I go back and look, and Tiana Reed missed the first 4 games of the season because she was coming back from an ACL injury in the summer. Then she gets hurt again and misses the last 4 games of the season. Jess Ponganis was a mid-year transfer, so she misses the first 9 games of the year. Tati Perez gets a concussion midway through the season, and she misses like 6 games in a row. Crystal Polk missed the last 6 games of the year with a concussion. Tara Williams, after having been out so long, she's playing, she's starting, and now she's out for 4 games with an injury. So just a lot of things.
And Liesl Sproul, right?
Yeah, and Liesl, you're right. She's playing well, and then all of a sudden she's out for 4 games with an injury. So we just kind of had to keep changing lineups, and different people were starting. But even with all that, we still never were at a period where we lost more than 3 games in a row. We had a time where we actually won 3 games in a row. So, with everything that happened and with all the question marks that we had coming into the year, I think our hopes were a lot higher. Our expectations are always higher. But when you look at the whole thing, the whole year, I think we're pretty fortunate to end up where we did. And it was a great group to coach. You wanted to come to work with them every day. They wanted to learn. They wanted to get better. So just looking at the whole picture, I can't be disappointed with where we finished.
Absolutely. And then, obviously next year you have a brand new chemistry. You like the ones that are coming in. So I know you're excited about it.
Yeah, good 4 guys coming in. We have the potential to add 1 or 2 more maybe. And, the future still looks bright.
Coach, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And good luck on the recruiting trail, and we'll see you in the fall.
Okay, thank you.
The head coach of University of Tulsa women's basketball, Matilda Mossman, and that is our final edition this year of Coach's Corner.